Good evening students. Once again, welcome back to my channel Madhumita Das, where I create videos for economics. Today's topic is exceptions to the law of demand. In the last class, we had covered about the law of demand, the meaning, the statement, the graph, the table, and we had also done the assumptions. Today we are doing the exceptions to the law of demand. So let's begin with the video. Okay, let's come to the video and let's watch out what are the points of exceptions of demand. So I hope it is clearly visible to you. First point of exceptions. Now, what is exceptions? We have to know about that. Now, what do you mean by exceptions? Exceptions means the conditions under which the law of demand fails to operate. Okay. In the law, what did we study? In the law, we studied that as price rises, the demand falls. Yes, and as price falls, the demand rises. So basically, in the exceptions, we are going to not follow this. We are going against this rule that when price rises, demand falls. When price falls, demand rises. So which are the conditions under which the law of demand fails to operate? Okay, the first one is the Giffen goods. Okay, what is the meaning of Giffen goods? Giffen goods, another name of Giffen goods is inferior goods. Okay, can you all tell me the name of Giffen goods? The other name of Giffen goods is inferior goods. Now, what happens in case of inferior goods? Inferior goods are those goods wherein the demand of the commodity falls when the price falls. Okay, with the fall in the price of such a commodity, the demand of that commodity also falls. Like for example, it is in case of coarse or inferior cereals. Okay, inferior cereals, that is cheap quality, poor quality cereals like maize. Okay, these are examples of inferior goods. Maize, jowar. Okay, these are the two products. These are the two examples of inferior goods. So in such type of goods, when the price of such goods falls, when the price of such goods falls, what happens? The consumer's real income rises. There's a rise in the income because the price of the good falls. So the real income of the consumer rises, the amount, the purchasing power of the consumer rises, as a result of which the consumer shifts from the consumption of inferior goods to superior commodities or superior goods. So the consumer no more consumes inferior cereals, but he now switches on to superior cereals. Okay, he switches on to superior cereals and he prefers to buy rice, he prefers to buy wheat. Okay, these are the products that he buys. Okay, so in case of inferior commodities, what did we see? We have seen that with the fall in the price of such a product, that is Giffen goods or inferior goods, the demand also falls. This is against the law of demand. We all have studied in the law of demand that as the price falls, the demand should rise. But here this opposite thing is happening. With the fall in the price, the demand is not rising. The demand is also falling down. Yeah. So this is first exception. Then we come to the next point, that is articles of snob appeal. Now, these are also called as snob appeal, is also called as status goods. Okay, what is it called as? Just a minute. Just rub this. Okay, these are also called as status goods. What goods? Status goods. Also another name is prestige goods. prestige goods. That means when the consumer buys this good, it is a matter of status, it is a matter of symbol, it is a symbol of prestige, it is a symbol of honor. Like for example, buying a Rolls Royce car, or buying a Mercedes Benz car, that is a status symbol, it defines your class. Okay, so when you buy such goods, okay, or people who buy such goods, they will never look at the price of the commodity. They will look at the product, basically, that this is a status good for me, it defines my class, it defines my community or section. Okay, so in such kinds of goods, even if the price of the product is very high, like for example a Lamborghini car or a Mercedes Benz car, it is very, very costly, it is not under the reach of common man. Okay, but such goods are, even though they are pricey, the demand is rising for the consumers who can afford for such commodities. Yes or no? Okay, they will not look at the price. For example, Shah Rukh Khan buying a Lamborghini car, he will not look at the price of the car, he will look at the product, he will look at the status, or he will look at this prestige that he gets when he buys the product. Okay, so such type of goods, articles of snob appeal, those goods which represent status, which represent prestige or honor in the society, for such type of goods we do not follow the law of demand. Here, even if the price is high, the demand is very, very high. Okay, next we come to the third point of exceptions, and that is the expectations about future prices. Now, we have already studied when we expect there is a future price rise for a particular commodity. Okay, when we are expecting that there is a price rise for this particular product, in the future there'll be more demand for it in the present. Even if there is a price expectation, okay, price expectation of rise, okay, there's a price rise expectation, the demand will be more. Why? Because in the future the price will rise, so today our demand will be more, so that we don't have to pay a higher price in the future. Today we'll pay a higher price. So is this following the law of demand? No. Ideally, if the price is expected to rise, the demand should fall. But future price expectations fall an exception to the law of demand. It is not following the law of demand, because when we are expecting the price to rise in the future, the demand is also rising in the present situation. Okay, similarly, if the prices are expected to fall for the product, then the demand will also fall. The consumer becomes lazy, the consumer thinks that it's okay, let me not buy the product now, because it is expected to fall, so I can buy it tomorrow, I can buy it day after tomorrow. He does not think much. Yes, so that is why this is not following the law of demand, it is an exception. Next is emergency. Emergency situations like wars. Okay, when there is a war-like situation, when there is a famine, when there is scarcity of food, when there is a drought, there is no water all around. Huh? For such situations also, the consumers will not look at the price of the commodity. For such kind of emergency situations, even if the prices are high, the demand for commodities will be high, because the consumers will be worried that there will be shortage of goods in during the war time or during the famine time. So definitely they will stock up the goods and keep it at home, so that they are safe for their future. Okay, next, quality price relationship. Now, what is the quality price relationship? There are so many people in the world who are very much driven by the price factor. If the price of this particular pen is, say, 200 rupees, they feel that the quality of the pen is really good. But there are again some people who think that no, even if it is 10 rupees, it is helping me to write. Yes, but there are some people who are very much driven by the variable of price. Okay, so such type of people who only feel that high priced goods are better quality products and low priced goods are poor quality products, for such type of people the law of demand is not followed. So quality price relationship is something which falls an exception to the law of demand. Next is change in fashion. If a product goes out of fashion, will a normal person have a tendency to purchase that product? No. Okay, if the product is out of fashion, he or she will not demand for the product even if the price goes very low, because there's a general tendency of consumers to go with the fashion, to go with the trend. Yes, so if the product is out of fashion, so definitely it will follow. If there's a change in the fashion, if the product is out of fashion, the product, even if the price falls, the consumer will not demand for that product. Okay, so these are the 6 exceptions to the law of demand. And students, I hope you are able to understand whatever I'm teaching you in the videos. Now, if you liked my content, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Madhumita Das. I will be really happy if you subscribe, because it will really motivate me to create more such content for you all, so that it becomes easier for you as well as for me to continue in this journey. Thank you so much, students. Goodbye.